You ever wonder why you're craving salty foods? I'm going to list a few reasons why in this video and help you understand what's going on. So I'm Jared. If you do like this video and find it useful, please like the video. Helps get the message out there. Let's just dive in. The main reason, the by far the main reason you're craving salt is because you're dehydrated. You've all heard the phrase that you're supposed to have like 8 glasses of water a day. Well, if you're craving salt, what happens is you have that salt and it temporarily kind of tricks your body into thinking that it's hydrating. Your mouth salivates, that's liquid when you have salty foods like a chip or something. There's a lot of saliva in your mouth, there's moisture, and that kind of can trick your body a little bit into thinking it's getting hydrated. So dehydration is probably the biggest reason that you're craving salty foods. You're dehydrated. And oftentimes people get dehydrated without them knowing it. For example, sweating. That's number 2 reason, which ties back into the first reason, dehydration. It's very similar, but it's a little bit different. Sweating. You sweat a lot. Have you ever gone through an airport and then your feet are just drenched in sweat? Or, I don't know, just at the end of a workday, your feet are sweaty. We sweat a lot. If you are walking around in the sun or running errands, if you are take a hard exercise class and don't replenish properly, you're going to be dehydrated. If you're having sodas or a lot of coffee, you're going to be dehydrated. And so it's very common for people to sweat or get dehydrated and then crave salt. I think we also mentioned briefly that stress. Stress makes you sweat. When you're anxious, your body starts to sweat. When your heartbeat goes up, your body temperature raises, you start to sweat. Now, how many times are you stressed throughout the day? I'm not talking major stress, but I'm talking minor stressors. Running late to work, a text message where you just freeze up a little bit, an email that is annoying, quickens your heart rate, you sweat. Your brow might get a little sweaty. Maybe you're wearing nice clothes and you're getting sweaty. Or you're stressed and you're sweating and you're getting dehydrated. All that is going to make you want to have something. It's want to slake your thirst. And these salty foods, they kind of trick your body temporarily into thinking that it's hydrating. It's not. Now, another reason, which is less common, but pretty common, vomiting, pregnancy, sickness. You vomit, you lose a lot of water. You're going to be dehydrated. Okay, that one's pretty straightforward. It all ties back to dehydration, all right? So, it's a big, big thing. Now, don't get me wrong, you could drink a lot of water and still be craving those chips and so forth because cravings are complex, but if your cravings are just for salty foods, not ice cream, not other typical craving items, cake, or, if it's just for salty foods, there's an element of dehydration that's going on here. And there is potentially this Addison's disease. These are rare circumstances. What you can do to kind of test this out is make sure you're drinking enough. Like, I get some G2, the Gatorade, that's like half the calories and all that. Because another reason that I forgot to mention, the electrolytes are out of balance, right? Your diet is off a little bit for whatever reason, and the electrolyte levels are off. So what you can do is hydrate with like Gatorade 2 or whatever sort of hydration drink you want, and really make sure you're hydrated that day. Drink lots of water. Avoid those common pitfalls of the coffee and all that caffeinated soda, and see what happens. Do the salt cravings decrease? If they do, well, guess what? You've just become more aware of a major reason that is causing the salt cravings. All right, so for more information, there's an article down below that covers it, so you can check that out if you want more information. And And then, fun little fact too, the American Heart Association recommends that we have about 1,500 milligrams of salt, which is about a spoonful. And the average American is about 2 or 3 spoonfuls. So we are getting a lot of salt. And when you have salt, it actually dehydrates you. It takes water from your body to process the salt. So just to be aware of this negative trap where where you're dehydrated, so your body wants that moisture in the mouth from the saliva to think that it's hydrating. So you have the salty food, it temporarily kind of slacks your thirst. Maybe you have a soda, which doesn't really hydrate you, and then it kind of tricks your mind into thinking that it's hydrated, but you're really not. And then all that salt just requires more water from your body to process it, leaving you more dehydrated. So really drink up, you know, if your electrolytes are off, get some electrolyte powder or whatever. Test it out for yourself. Make sure you're hydrated. Drink a lot of water, um, and see if it helps. Leave me a comment down below if you're struggling with this. I will respond. And with that being said, namaste.